What's going on? What's going on? All right, make sure you guys follow me on X real quick. This is my X, Pharaoh X33, and let's get straight into onto the charts. So right here we got XRP. So in my last couple of updates, I mentioned that we should be heading higher in quarter three. So XRP is headed into price discovery. I'm expecting us to land anywhere between $5 to $10 within the next couple of months, but things are looking great. The market is not showing any type of weakness. We're going nowhere but to the upside. We're going to the upside. Like going against the trend is never a wise thing to do on a macro uptrend. You just have to ride that wave. So for now, XRP is looking great. I'm gonna keep giving you guys updates, as the market continues to mature, as things continue to look more clear. And yeah, we can definitely be heading towards this range next. So that's where we're headed to. Let's go over some other charts. So SHX specifically had a nice push last night. We got a nice push towards this 3 cent range. This is also on a nice bullish macro uptrend. So this is also just trending to the upside. You do not want to go against that. So SHX right now in the short term, we're headed towards 5 cents. This is a very, very crucial area. That's the previous all-time high on the major charts, on the majority of charts. 5 cent, that 5 cent range is very important. We just invalidated this level right here around 0.027. So, the market is cooling down after invalidating that level, and it should be heading towards 5 cent next. So this is also looking great as we're basically 3 weeks into quarter three, almost 1 month in, and things are already looking great. We still have a couple of months, a little over a couple months left in this quarter. So we have a lot of price action left. If we take a look at the quarterly time frames, the quarterly candles are even bullish on XRP and on SHX. So this is a great, great signal, and you just have to stick to that momentum. You do not want to go against that momentum. So this is how the quarterly candle looks on SHX as well, and this momentum should continue. So this is another great sign. Now, Velo quarterly candle. Let's take a quick look at the quarterly time frame. Quarterly candle is also bullish. We're, experiencing a bit of turbulence within this range, but we should easily push over 2.5 cents as the quarter continues. Monthly candle is also bullish. The month of July has started off extremely well. We already touched within this range right here. In the short term, I believe within this quarter, I believe we should head towards 5 cents, between 5 to 10 cents as well. So, surprisingly, this is following a similar trajectory to SHX, but I do know that Velo has a lower supply. So that's probably not going to be forever. But right now they are pretty neck and neck, 0.018, 0.019. So these two are both stellar based assets. But yeah, right now they're pretty similar in price, but that will end up changing later on. But for the most part, this is also still on its overall trend. This still has a lot of upside to go. Within this quarter, I do believe one more time that we can see anywhere between 5 to 10 cents on Velo. And then one final chart I wanted to go over was the XDC chart. So XDC has been on a strong macro trend as well, back since 2020, since 2019. This thing has been going. This was a nice run that it had in the 2021 run. Then it went into the bear market. It consolidated over here, and now we are getting ready to make a new all-time high and head into price discovery. So this can also happen within this quarter. And then as you guys can see in the past, when price heads into price discovery, where basically prices headed over the previous all-time high, that's when things get way more aggressive. So you can expect XDC to get way more aggressive above 21 cents. And right now we are at 9.5 cents. We should be turning, to over, I'll say 21 cents within this quarter for sure. That's a very conservative price target. If it happens, let's say in the next few weeks, we can easily see higher levels later on in the quarter or midway through the quarter. So, the first month of the quarter so far has definitely started off with some great momentum. As things continue to mature, the market is going to continue to stick to that momentum and things are going to start speeding up a lot more later on in this quarter. And then we still have quarter four to go in 2025. So, if you've been here for many years, since 2017, for example, the market loves to run, later on in the quarters, later on in the year. The market doesn't usually run first quarter, second quarter. Back in 2021, it did run in the first couple of quarters, but that's because the overall market, the overall cycle was ending. This overall cycle currently is very similar to the one in 2017, to where most of the moves are going to happen in the second half of the year. So, take that into consideration, do with that information as you will, but yeah, things are definitely about to start picking up a lot more as we continue to head into the deeper end of 2025. That's all I got for this video, though. Peace.